Tim Moss.
Hello, Wendy Stuart.
Welcome to If These Walls Could Talk. I am Wendy Stuart.
And I'm Tim Moss. Yay.
And it's cold as balls, I'm sorry to say.
It is brick here in New York.
Oh my God. Wherever you're watching from, I hope some of you are in warm places in the country. God bless you. I'm so jealous I could spit, but it is really bad here. But you know, Tim and I trip the life fantastic, so we don't let the cold stop us from anything.
Absolutely. Well, I was just walking down the street even this morning, and I like the cold. I was walking down the street going, I really like this. This really feels good to me. And most people think I'm crazy and out of my mind, but
no, but I can tell them why, because you come from the Midwest, where the weather
I'm originally from Indiana. Yes,
right,
yes, where
right.
it does.
The wind whips through those cornfields like nobody's business.
Absolutely.
Right. I'm from the Bronx, which is like balmy. No, it's not, but it's not nearly as cold.
You've always liked the heat. You've always liked summer, and you've always liked warm climates.
I am. I'm a summer girl. I love being in warm climates. You know, I'm all about self-tanner, hair dye, blonde hair dye, and scantily clad. That's my whole MO. Okay, I'm blonde, but that's about it. I can't do any of the other things.
Why don't we tell them about Monday?
Yes, the Glam Awards.
Yes, yes.
To apply for. Tim. First of all, Tim did the interviews. How much fun do you have doing those interviews for TV?
I have so much fun doing them, simply because I get to see a lot of old friends, a lot of people that I don't get to see that often, and get to chat with them and catch up. But at the same time, there's so many new artists and new drag queens that I get to meet and get to know. I get to interview and get to know. It's wonderful. Such a fun night. And for people who have never been there, it's so hard to describe the level of joy and intensity and creativity and fashion, and it just explodes that night, and it's packed wall to wall people.
Yeah, wall to wall people. And I think the thing that really stands out for me, and I really wrote a long piece about it on Facebook for those of you, and that's most of you who follow me. It's inspirational because these kids are doing their own makeup, their own hair. The costuming is above and beyond. They've had no training. Okay. We're not talking trust fund babies. We're talking people that are working 2 and 3 jobs to survive in New York so they can do their craft. Okay. We love these artists, and they give it 100%. And I have to tell you, it's brilliant. I don't know how they think of the costuming. Amazing.
Right. And so many of them have like theme costuming. And then there was, of course, glitz and glamour, but the stage performances, oh my God, are always so stellar. They're so incredible. Jasmine Rice.
Oh my God, I love Jasmine Rice.
God, did this operatic, did an aria that was to die for.
But she's a Juilliard graduate. She was just on Britain's Got Talent, and I was lucky enough.
I didn't know that.
To catch that.
She was one of my interviews that I didn't know her.
Well, I met Jasmine when she was serving brunch at in the mid-30s on the West Side with a bunch of other drag performers, and all 4 of them went on to become like stars, like Laguna Bull. And Jasmine back then, had that amazing voice. She was a much bigger girl, but her costumes even then, freaking amazing. That is exactly my point. But this amazing Juilliard trained voice, sings an aria like no one's business. But admit it, the best part was when the smoke alarm went off in the kitchen.
Yes. I was actually over by the kitchen. I was actually in the hallway by the kitchen when that was happening. Yeah.
Right. It was really an amazing night. Now on Saturday, I continued my birthday. It feels first of all like my huge birthday party that was here at Pangea last Friday. I almost forgot to mention it because it feels like it was 2 weeks ago. That, ladies and gentlemen, is our life. But it was really amazing. Chris Rail, who's been on the show, musician, had his right before mine. A lot of his people stayed. Chris and his amazing son Sasha took the opportunity to do a jam session. We had, I have to say, one of the best crowds in New York in ages. The amount of thank yous from people saying, I made friends, I had such an incredible time. That makes me feel good, right? Because it's about cross-pollinating, and we all need to be doing a lot of that right now.
Yes.
Because I often feel we're New York, so there's us, and then there's the them, right? And we have to remember that. We have to remember to have everybody's back. On Saturday, I produced a show at Boxers for the Imperial Court of New York. And again, you know, and Tim, you know this, if things can go wrong, they often do. That show was moved by a week. I'm sure you've been in this position. I had to rebook the talent. And then I get there and the DJ had only just gotten the lineup, and I'm like, oh my Lord. And the audience at Boxers is usually huge for these shows. It was a small audience, but I say small but mighty because they love the show. They love the performers. They joined in when I was singing Jolene. I've never had that happen at Boxers. And then I served a cake to everybody that was at Boxers when I was done. We cut very small pieces. It's not good, right? Listen, you know what? We have to find the joy in our craft these days.
Absolutely.
And, right? Tim knows this. And speaking of which,
I had on Sunday, I had went to my friend's 12th night party, which was wonderful. And I got to see 12th night is something with Christmas, like a 12th night, the 12th night. It's supposed to be the 12th night after Christmas, I believe.
I love this.
But I've went for many, many years, and it was just so nice to reconnect with a lot of people that I hadn't seen. Steve Hauk, who was a Broadway performer, he's an old buddy of mine. He was there. It was just great to see so many people. And Lin-Manuel was the hostess. She was
how amazing!
Not Lin Miranda.
Okay.
Well, my friend Lin-Manuel, they get everybody. People.
I'm sure she's fabulous too, because she's your friend and her last name's Manuel, and we do love. I don't even know about the tradition. Wow.
But also, the art project that I've been working for has finally concluded. It's called Project Transcend, and we assembled 6 amazing artists from the trans and gender nonconforming communities.
Love it.
And it was a 12-week program. It's been incredible. Now we're talking about exhibit coming up, so please follow me. On my sites, you can find where to donate, because we're still looking for a few more donations to finish things up. But we've got a couple really good places for exhibit coming up. So I can't tell you just yet.
We're going to have the producer from this come on the show too.
Yes, absolutely.
Absolutely. And we'll let everybody know about it that way. Well, this is all really exciting stuff. And you know what? We live for exciting stuff here in New York. So, you know, with casting this show, it's funny. I get my guests. I meet them at night in bars, clubs, from PR people. And sometimes I just get a random email. And when this person reached out to me by email, I have to tell you, they were, first of all, it was so well written. They were completely engaging. They sent links about who they were, what the project was. I'm like, oh my God, even without reading any of it, I'm booking them on the show because I love people that are pros. Okay. And then, of course, our guest is working with another person who is equally a pro. Okay. These are 2 amazing creatives that are working in collaboration. I always say there's nothing like a collaboration when you have 2 very talented artists come together. I'd like to welcome our 2 guests today. Grammy-nominated songwriter, composer, a multimedia performance artist, Jerico DeAngelo. And I would like to welcome Patrick Thomas McCarthy, an actor, a producer, a playwright, and a theater maker. I like that word, theater maker. And they are working together on this amazing new, hot, edgy show inspired by Edgar Allan Poe. Oh my God, I made a poem. And the show is called Mask, and they're here to talk about that and their respective careers. Please join us right here, right now. Come right over, slide over. I'm going to stay in the middle.
Jerico DeAngelo and Patrick Thomas McCarthy.
Yeah, no, we need you in more. It's okay.
Without me getting fresh, can I put my arm?
Yeah, you can, whatever is comfortable. We're all good.
And you got to squeeze in tight. Make it it's
right.
tight.
All right, and you know what? I'll move the computer back. Tim,
move it back just a little bit. That'll be perfect.
Okay, Tim, do we look good?
Move it away from you a little bit.
Away more, a little more. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, now I can't see it. I should know it's right when I can't see the computer.
Okay, then you're in good shape. Yeah.
God.
So how are you? How are you two?
Hi, how are you?
Good.
Welcome to the show, first of all. So exciting to have you both here together. And we'll talk in collaboration, right? We'll talk about, I would like to talk about Mask, and then of course about each one of you, because my God, how long you've both been in the industry a bit.
Yes.
A bit.
Long time.
Just a bit.
A long time.
Well, but you weren't there in the covered wagon days when I got there.
Welcome to ancient Egypt.
You ancient Egypt. Tim came from Stonehenge. Here we all are together on If These Walls Could Talk. So, Jeremy DeAngelo, tell us a little bit about you and Mask, and then we'll get more in depth.
Okay, well, I'm the composer of this musical in development, and we just released our own cast album of the select songs from Act 1 worldwide, Mask a Musical Revel, which people can go and listen to on.
And there's what, like 12 songs?
There's 7 songs.
7, what?
Because it's a mini album.
A mini album, okay.
The idea for me was that usually people finish the musical, and then it gets produced, and then they do a cast album.
Right.
And we did such a fabulous staged reading of the Shakespeare Forums not too long ago.
Right. August. Was it
yes,
August
with
of this
11
year? Yeah.
with an 11-person cast. Then each cast member that we had auditioned and chosen was a star in their own right. They're just incredible singers, incredible actors.
Amazing.
And when Patrick brought up the idea to me to do a cast album, I said, well, we should do a conceptual album now. Let's not wait. Let's get them recorded and get them frozen in time, because I want their voices. So maybe in the future, if this becomes a success, people can go back and say, oh, how cool is that? We can hear the original developmental cast.
I love that.
Songs.
It's also a really great, and I really get the feeling that you're very seasoned and smart at this. It's a great marketing ploy.
Right. I was just going to
I
say.
went on there and it's there. Why wait? Right. Life. Yeah. I say life is short. Have to do it first.
Because in the entertainment industry right now, you've got to be new, fresh, different. You got to try new ideas, and I love that.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I didn't even think about the marketing aspect. I just thought to myself, for me personally, it's just as interesting. The process of creating something is just as interesting and alluring to me as the finished products. And I thought, well, I'm betting that it's going to be the same for other people as well.
I agree.
Right. Now, Patrick.
Yeah.
Come over here, darling. Oh, Patrick has a mask. Could you show our audience? Don't you look pretty? How did you get involved in working on this with Jerico?
Well, first, the impetus of developing the musical was the pandemic.
Oh, so you used it as it's fine. So you used it as an impetus.
Right. And so the play is about a pandemic, as it is in Edgar Allan Poe's original story, The Red Death, which is a very short story and not much happens in it.
But it's very metaphoric for the project.
Yes, it is. So we have developed a way of telling that same story in our century.
Nice.
And way, where the very richest man in the world
this is so on point.
Retreats to a bunker and takes those that are closest to him with him. And there in the bunker, they entertain each other with cabaret entertainments.
I do love this.
They write themselves. That is their requirement for staying in the bunker. They must write their own entertaining material for each other.
Oh my God. I sometimes feel like we do that, Tim, though. Don't you?
Here we've been doing mask the whole time.
Yeah, right. We're not doing it in the bunker, but I love, first of all, that you brought the bunker thing. I'm out in Pennsylvania a lot. There are people on my road that have bunkers.
And that you brought the pandemic in.
The address.
Because everybody can relate to that.
Right, exactly. Everybody who went through the pandemic, which was a really, really crazy time. And bless you for having the creativity and motivation to do this in the pandemic, because we talk there. It's really funny. We talk about the pandemic a lot on the show, and it's been a renaissance for a number of people. But then there's also people that were completely immobilized by it. My whole life changed, and I had to recreate, and I did do that. But I have to be honest, and Tim's probably so sick of hearing me say that, I'm still a little bitter about it. I am a little bitter. You know, my friends with corporate jobs kept their 6-figure a year salaries, and they could work from home. I lost absolutely everything. And I've only ever been a performer, model, actress, stand-up comedian since I came to New York. I never had a survival job. To wake up on March 12th and realize the shit had hit the fan and they played musical chairs. I didn't have a chair, like a lot of performers, you know? So you look at this wonderful creative project. Now, you deal with themes a lot that they're dark. They're dark, Jericho.
Yeah,
you know?
I know.
They're dark. There's something about the dark. What is it about the dark and vampires that appeals to you?
Well, I always thought that some of the wisdom in life must be found in the darkness.
Absolutely.
Because if the rest of the world is following the light and they're not getting it, perhaps some of the secrets are in the darkness.
Okay.
And it's alluring to me because my life has been dark. My whole life has been dark.
Right.
I've been on the streets. I've lived on the streets, homeless. And I've dined with billionaires and royalty. So I've had a very rich life, but a very difficult life, let's say. With a lot of love lost, you know, boo hoo hoo. Anyways, I'm attracted to the darkness. And I'm also attracted to mythology.
Yes. Spiritual.
Symbology. Mysticism.
Yep. And
my personal mystic life is not compartmentalized separately from my creative life. It's all comes through. It all homogenizes together. I shouldn't use the word homogenize. It blends
in your creativity.
Yeah.
Right. In your creativity.
But a lot of times people who have who have experienced trauma, have experienced darkness or dark times and difficult times and out of the ordinary, has a broader understanding of humanity. And that's why I think where your creativity comes in is you can see both sides and bring them together. That feeds a lot into your creativity, I'm sure.
Yeah,
that's a great point. That's a great point, because, you know, so often there's a lot of, I'm going to say it, bullshit out there with like positive and manifesting. And by the way, if you know me, I do all of that.
Yeah.
But I'm sure Jericho did his homework and found out I live with tribes in Africa. Okay. And I've studied traditional religion, what we call here voodoo. And I go way back.
And I love that.
I go back to when I was 21. And I know about the dark things. I know about the spirit world. And again, people always say to me, Wendy, you're the light in the room. I am, but I will engage with the dark, not in a bad way, in a creative way, in an informative,
with understanding.
Thank you, Tim.
Not in an evil way, not in a bad way.
Right. Exactly.
I don't pass judgment. I mean, the night is just as beautiful as the daytime.
Right.
But we also have a respect for it.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We have an understanding of it. So Patrick, your role in Mask. Are you from the dark side or the light side or what? Tell us about
Well, he wrote it, so he's kind of sick.
Something
I have to say, Patrick, you're brilliant, but you're kind of sick.
You're kind of twisted. Welcome to the family.
I wrote the whole thing during the pandemic which colors it
Right.
there. And something that you said reminded me of Edgar Allan Poe's writing. A lot of his writing was motivated by the idea of fear of being buried alive.
Right. Yeah.
And so when you go to a bunker, when you're still alive, you're sort of burying yourself alive.
Oh yeah, you're underground.
You're underground. You don't have access to the outside world, basically. So that's what happened. And the way I met him.
Yeah, that was going to be our question next. I have to.
Was through the Shakespeare Forum. What is Shakespeare Forum? It's Tuesday night tradition, let's say now.
Yeah, it's a
in
group
New
of
York,
people who
where
love Shakespeare.
a group of people get together and they do scene work or monologues with the idea of can the rest of you people in the room watch this and give me some feedback on it?
Right. So they have to love Shakespeare to do it.
Well, you can do anything, though. It's not just Shakespeare. So Shakespeare Forum was pivotal. Is that the right word?
That is the right word.
Okay. In terms of me and Jericho developing this script. This work. We used last year for the first look-see.
Here, I'm going to hold this up to the camera.
In January, this is almost the anniversary of our first look.
Wow.
Last year. And the Shakespeare Forum was the sponsor of that, provided space for us to be there, which is incredibly expensive in New York.
And this is like really an amazing story too, because if I were looking from the outside, I would like, well, what would Shakespeare Forum have to do with this?
Yeah.
You're stringing it together.
Right. And Dancers Over 40 was also a sponsor for us being there because I'm on the board of directors of
nice.
Over 40. And so all these things came together. Again, back to Jericho, the way I met him was I saw him in class one night doing a monologue and giving feedback. And then afterwards, we have what is called bar time.
Oh, bar time is great. That's what you get feedback.
And we talked to each other, and I said, well, I've got this play that I just wrote combining Troilus and Cressida and Henry VI, part 2 of Henry VI. And I said, I'm looking for people to be in it. Do you want to be in it?
How fabulous. Right?
And so he played Patroclus from the Trojan War, Achilles and Patroclus. So that was his role in that particular piece. Also that night, I said, I've written this musical based on Mask of the Red Death. And he said, well, I'm a composer.
Don't you love? I love when things work out like this.
Again, that's one of the things I love about New York are how it brings people together. I love this.
I happen to be a composer, he says.
So I said, well, let's do like what I've read in the books. It says, let's date first. Let's try writing one song, or I've written the lyrics. Here's the lyrics to this song. You write some music to it. And we'll see if we can work together.
Yeah, but what he doesn't say is that at bar time, he told me what the plot was. And it's without giving all the details out, it's very twisted.
It appealed to you.
It did. I went up and heard it has blood, gore, sex,
there you go.
incest, cannibalism,
and a bunker. Doesn't get any better
than a bunker.
Being drawn to the dark. Right, man, that's it.
That's it.
And then when I found out that it also had a social commentary to it that was bringing attention to the rise of transphobia in the world. And that's a very, very personal thread for me. I was like, this is just divine intervention.
Yes. I completely.
After my entire career and the trajectory of my career, this was just the perfect next.
Well, because it was supposed to be.
Yeah.
There was a reason we were both in the same space at the same time.
Yeah.
Right.
Now, Patrick, I need you to move into the
Oh yeah,
screen
Patrick
a
is
little bit
listening
more.
for it.
No,
It gets like, okay, Jeremy,
Am I good?
you were fine. There, yeah,
Jericho.
there we go. There we go.
Okay,
Now we're-
so, yeah, we can always see ourselves there. Like, it's look at that little
Yeah,
mirror
right
image. Thank you, Tim.
So, Jericho, why don't we get to know each of you individually for a
Yes.
minute?
Okay.
So let's rewind. Jericho, where are you from, and how did you get into theater?
All right, that's cool.
Well, I'm
And
from
then we'll let-
I'm
Okay,
from the
then we'll
Finger
bring it
Lakes
in.
region of New York State. I was born and
Okay.
raised, but I've always been in theater.
Uh-huh.
From a
From when you were
very
a
young
kid.
age, when I was a kid, I was doing professional summer stock and
Oh, wow.
musicals.
You're from upstate.
Yeah.
Okay, where?
Well, I'm from Cuba County, from
Where-
Auburn, New York.
Okay.
Yeah, it's by Ithaca on the.
I went to school
okay.
in Binghamton.
Oh, you
so,
did?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's horribly cold there. No wonder he's so dark.
Yeah,
We had a snowstorm
cold.
in May one year.
it is. It is.
It's ridiculous.
It's
and
like the
Ithaca
tundra.
is like they have a high suicide rate at Cornell. They
Oh,
did-
that I
yeah.
didn't know.
Yeah, they did because of
That's
the
interesting.
it's freezing cold, it's dark,
Yeah.
and they've got those cliffs there, perfect for jumping off.
Oh, I
Come
don't
on, you're in the dark side of things.
Wait,
You didn't know this?
Not that dark though. Yeah, you
Yeah.
are evil.
I am
I'm not evil.
I'm
You
not
are.
I am not.
You're.
So-
Oh boy.
I read it.
So you've
I
always
lost my talisman for protection if I knew.
Okay,
So
I'm
you've
wearing
always-
garlic. I didn't know if I was. I'm just
Oh.
joking.
so you've always done theater. And how did you get into the music and to add the sounds and the storylines into storytelling with your composing?
Well, I mean, I've always been songwriting. I've always been a musician. You know, I was singing at the age of 5 in
Wow.
nursing homes with
Are
a
you
duet. And
At
no,
5,
yeah,
you were one of
5
those
years
kids.
Wow.
well, yeah, I was always. There
Who
was
in your family? Was there someone that?
me and my aunt were in a duo together.
I love
That's
that.
fabulous.
So we used to travel and sing, and from there I learned, 5 different instruments and
My goodness.
brain.
I know, right?
Yeah,
I love that you
doing-
just throw it out there.
Yeah,
I learned 5 different instruments.
I had my first copyrighted song, which I actually did the copyrights and everything by the time I was 11. So this is in my blood.
Another wonderkind. There's a lot of them.
I
Yeah.
went off to college to study opera, and I was a bassoon major and an
The
opera minor.
bassoon.
And then I switched
Where-
it, became an opera major and a bassoon minor.
Where did you study?
SUNY Purchase.
Oh,
Yeah.
sure. Okay.
That's
So,
a theatrical
yeah.
school. I went to SUNY Binghamton,
Oh, you
which is
did?
not.
Yeah.
I minored
Uh-huh.
in theater, but Purchase is where. Yeah. Can you tell us just? I want to just veer off a bassoon. Can you describe it a little bit?
Oh, the instrument you mean?
Yeah.
Okay, if you've ever seen this long wooden
Right.
tube that they play in the orchestra
I
with
know
a
what it
reed
is.
that
With the little reed that comes
Yeah.
out. Yeah. Isn't that like the
really
largest?
difficult.
Isn't that like the largest woodwind instrument?
Yes.
Yes.
That's
Tim
what I
would
thought.
know that.
And
yeah.
Because it has that beautiful, almost a baritone sound. to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like boom, boom, boom. Okay, yeah. I.
So that's one of the 5
It's
instruments
not really
that I studied.
common.
No. Yeah. No. At the time I was one of the I was like maybe the 2 or the 3rd best student bassoonist in the entire state.
That's
Wow.
incredible,
So I won a
right?
scholarship to college and then switched it to opera. And
Uh-huh.
after my first year, though, I mean, very young. Let's going back ancient history to like when I'm 18. I just wanted to be in the music industry. I just wanted to write songs, and I wanted to be a star, and I wanted to.
Yeah.
So when I told my professors that I was leaving this classical world to do that, they, their jaws dropped and their,
Do like
eye goggles and like, what are you doing? What
were
are
you
you
looking
doing?
at more of like a pop career?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So I left school and I moved to New York on my own at like 19.
I did the same thing, 21.
Yeah, back then we didn't live with
I was studying voice also. I was studying classical singing music.
Yeah,
Oh,
Tim
nice.
also has a classical background.
Oh, I didn't know that about you.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yes, he's a
Oh.
singer.
I know you from the Shakira video. which I love.
I love it. Even better.
That takes me back. That takes me back. Yes.
Oh my God, even better. I didn't even know you were in a Shakira video. And I always do Shakira when I do, lip sync impersonation. So that made my freaking day. I love it. So, you have this whole amazing background in this, and you come to New York and you want to be a star, right? Don't we all? What happened to you when you first came here?
So I landed a production deal with Denise Rich and Michael O'Hara.
Nice.
Denise Rich at the time was being written up everywhere.
Yeah.
She was a golden girl.
Yeah.
She was famous, really famous. Yeah.
Both her and Michael wrote several #1 songs.
And you were so young to have this happen.
Well,
beginner's luck.
They were grooming me to be the next big star.
Uh-huh.
And in the process, in those years that I was recording my own album, we also wrote for other people as main songwriting partners. And one of the songs that we wrote actually was the Grammy Award nominated credit.
That was the one.
A gospel album, which is another story on itself, because after I was out of my production deal, because Mighty Productions dissolved, the production company I was to dissolved, after we had already completed an album, which was devastating to me. I ended up on the street for a while. Very funny.
Not funny. Well, not funny. You were what, in your 20s?
Well, I remember it was a very cold winter, and I'm going by the newsstands, and I see Denise's picture on the newsstands as I'm going by
New York
homeless.
Magazine.
Yes.
I know I can't believe it. I know the picture.
Wow.
And here I am, just trying to stay warm. Anyways, I ended up, I came out of it. I ended up getting my own apartment, and that's when I created Jerico of the Angels.
Your own, right.
And delve, I wrapped Jericho in the mysticism of the vampiric mythos and mythos of Dionysus and Lilith. And I created this whole persona and this whole show around me. I had I would come on stage with these G-strings made out of chains, and I had big dreadlocks with chains in my hair and fangs, and
you drank blood.
Well,
that's the word on the street.
Well, don't believe everything you read. I did a few rituals, but they were ancient rituals that I did.
So did they involve bloodletting or blood drinking?
They did.
Yeah.
Both.
Yeah.
And I was so involved at that time that I did not come out during the day.
You really were a vampire.
I actually did develop some sort of allergy to sunlight.
Wow.
And
how completely incredible.
And I had these artists, Janusz and Cowdy, Janusz Gilowitz and Cowdy Kato from Poland and Japan, respectively, build me a sarcophagus out of jeweled gold. And they made a plaster of Paris face and painted it gold that they carried me on stage in. Before my shows. It was very theatrical.
This was before Lady Gaga.
Yeah,
it's like
exactly.
Right.
You were ahead of your time.
I've always been ahead of my time.
Wow.
I've always been ahead of my time.
That's because you're a very old soul.
I'm a very old everything. Well, anyways, I immersed myself in this world, and the funny story I was getting to was that that we actually had a song placed, me and Denise and Michael and George Leiter, which was a gospel song that the four of us had written on a Columbia Records album, To a Higher Place, by the reigning diva of gospel, Tremaine Hawkins. So as I'm gaining worldwide notoriety, being on the cover of New York Times and twice on the Daily News and CNN, as this cutting edge vampire, very controversial persona.
Wow.
This other song was climbing the gospel charts. And I was thinking, oh my God.
Great. That's hilarious.
If the Christian world finds out that I'm the same Jericho
that wrote
that song, they're gonna drive a fucking stake through my heart.
When the blood rains, it pours.
But metaphorically, this all fits. That would be happening.
Yes,
at the same
yes,
time.
that's great. That is so great. Oh my
Amazing.
God.
Absolutely amazing story. How did you? You had reached these heights, and it happened to you young, and then the rug was basically pulled out from underneath you, as it so happens. I'm going to bring you back a little bit this way.
Well, I'm not.
How did you find the strength to get yourself off the streets again and start your creative process? Because you landed on both feet. You landed well. What did you tell yourself?
Well, I've just always been a survivor. I've always known that there's something within me that I can trust. There's a part of me that I know is going to make this okay.
Well,
I've always done it for myself.
Yeah.
Wow.
And, it's not been one time; it's been many times throughout my life.
Right.
And
right.
so it's made me who I am today.
Absolutely.
Right.
Everything that has happened to you in your past has led you to where you are today. Absolutely.
Exactly. And it all comes out in the music. It
comes out in the music. I love
very
it.
personal. It all comes out in the songs.
Yeah. Well, Jerico, thank you so much for sharing all of that with us. Let us bring out Patrick.
Okay, we get into the old slide.
Back into.
I still have
to move over a little bit more. There you go.
He's good.
Move over a little more.
Okay.
No,
Patrick, I need you over here.
Okay.
Okay.
There you go.
Yeah, we're twinning. We're twinning here today.
So let's hear about Patrick.
Yeah.
Patrick Thomas McCarthy.
Where
are you from originally?
I am from Waukesha, Wisconsin.
Oh, I like that.
Okay, I'm from Indiana. I'm originally from 12 Mile, Indiana.
Oh my
Can you
God.
believe this?
Because it was 12
You're
miles
a
long.
Hoosier.
I am, and yes, they just won the basketball or something, or football or something. I don't know. They won some sports thing.
But they did win it. No one ever heard of it, and then they won it. So now everyone knows where you're from. There you go.
I am not a sports person, but yay, go Hoosiers.
So, what brought you here, and what was your life like growing up there?
Growing up in Waukesha, Wisconsin, the birthplace of the John Birch Party,
John Birch Society.
John
There you
Birch
go.
Society, the Republican all the way. Okay, so.
And who were you at that time?
I was a young gay lad, not knowing if there was a place for me in Waukesha County.
Of course.
Been there.
Yeah.
Right.
So went away to school, got my teaching degree, was doing community theater, was doing.
And was that in Wisconsin?
In Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm a professional, worked with the Shakespeare Company in Wisconsin.
Fabulous.
Before American Players was there in Spring Green, and I worked with the Valley Studio, which was a mime company. So I toured as a mime.
So you continue.
Fabulous.
Yes. And that's how I I'm in Dancers Over 40, because I was a mime. I was a
Okay.
movement person in another life.
Right. Love it.
So I taught high school English, high school theater for several years, and then decided couldn't do that the rest of my life. And got professional theater jobs, working as an actor.
And this was where?
In Wisconsin.
Right. So a lot of people really are able to launch in these places.
Right. And then I wrote what do you call them? A
treatment, dramaturgy?
I'm not locating the word right now.
Script.
No, I wrote a
okay, I'll work
grant
with you.
Grant
proposal. Yes.
There.
You asked for money.
I have done a lot of grant writing in my life.
Oh, how fabulous.
So
that's a good
job for myself as a managing director of a community theater in Waukesha, Wisconsin. To stabilize it, I stayed 3 years until I thought it was stabilized. Then I left. It is now in a $7 million facility.
Okay, that's huge.
Wow.
Yeah, right?
They saved a landmark facility that was going to be torn down and
How wonderful.
lot. So that's them. They've just expanded again into the dress shop next door. So
You made that happen.
Yeah.
That's pretty powerful.
Yes, that's amazing.
Yeah.
So I moved to Chicago to be an actor. That's
Imagine that.
And I lived in Chicago for 12 years and did
I
a lot
love
of
Chicago.
there and got my equity card and
Okay.
started working at Little Theater on the Square in Sullivan, Illinois. Worked there for 20 years. And then when I got my equity card in Chicago, I worked all the time as a non-equity actor in Chicago. As soon as I got my equity card, I never worked in Chicago again.
Oh my goodness.
I could write a book. I have an equity card as well.
There you go. So So I said, well, I can do this in New York.
Right.
I have a lot
Exactly.
of opportunities in New York.
Right.
So I moved to New York and I've been here since 1995.
All right.
You came in the midnight. A lot. We had a whole wave of people come here. I came here in
Mhm.
'76, but so I've been through decades of all kinds of theater and everything else that's come down. But there was a wave of creative people that came here in the '90s, and then of
I'm
course
one
you
of them.
you were one of them. The game
Yeah.
changer for them. A lot of people really got messed up by 9/11 because
Mhm.
all over. Because they weren't expecting anything like that. Neither were all of us that had been here for forever. That was a
Right.
game changer. And then the
Yeah.
pandemic was the second game changer. We're talking about things that people can't wrap their heads around.
Mhm.
Yeah. So speaking of 9/11,
Yes.
right before 9/11 was the only time I've ever been in the New York Times. So
Oh my
I
God.
have to match Jericho.
I love that. But you're in the New York Times. It's so
I was
great.
in the New York Times because I played Ruth in an outdoor production of Pirates of Penzance
Oh
Like
wow.
Ruth.
in drag. Yes.
Yes.
Played Rudy Giuliani and got thrown overboard every night. Because where were we doing it? We were doing it at South Street Seaport
Oh my
on the
God.
good ship Peking.
Oh, I remember that. Oh my God. And what a
Uh-huh.
great experience for you.
Yes, that was incredible and got written up in the New York Times and huge picture spread in the Village Voice,
I
which
love
of
it.
course you know is
Yes.
no more.
Right.
Oh, but the Village Voice was everything then.
It was. But Michael Musto lives on because, he writes online and everything. And he's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
He's
yeah,
a
he
good
was
buddy
the
of mine.
Village Voice,
Yep.
and is now.
Yep. So then, and I was working in offices to support my
Yeah, you did.
acting
Of
habit
course.
during all of that, and then started writing because, just because
It was
I
a
did.
natural progression.
It was a natural
Yeah,
progression.
right.
And getting older, you get fewer jobs because you're older.
Mhm.
That's so crazy to Tim and I because
Yeah.
we in particular love having I even hate using that word, seasoned actors on this show
Thank you.
that are still working
Seasoned.
all the time. They're
Yeah.
working, they're performing, they're writing books, and if we don't put them on here, the world is not going to know how much they're working. In my
But the thing-
yeah, go on,
The
Tim.
thing is that the way Hollywood thinks, the way television thinks, the way theater thinks, is that the 20-something, you've got to be in your 20s to be a star in these realms. Well, firstly, the way I see it is we all have what they don't have, which is life experience.
Thank you, which an actor
We should
needs.
be we should be the ones that are being celebrated because of our stories, in my opinion. But
Yeah.
so
And to piggyback on that, I want to do a plug for what is it called now? The Entertainment Fund.
Yeah, the entertainment fund.
the Entertainment Community Fund.
Thank
The
you.
Entertainment Community Fund,
Yeah.
when they were still the Actors Fund,
Right.
started a project. Joan Jeffries started this project called the Performing Arts Legacy Project, where
Mhm.
people over 65
Nice.
can put all of their stuff from their whole life and then
Wow.
get rid of all of the pieces of paper, newspaper clips, and all that kind of stuff. You put it into
Archive it.
their
Archive.
archive.
Right.
And so I
So
am
what is it like
Wonderful.
It physically goes into something. Is it like a?
Well, the performer, with help from
Right.
the Actors Fund,
What a great
has
idea!
to put all of the information into an app.
Got it.
Basically. So you get all your pictures, you get all of your
Oh, this is a
reviews.
lot of work.
You
I'm
get-
not doing it. Yes, it's way too much work. It's fine, but I love
Have you
knowing.
had any idea how many pictures Wendy has?
Yeah, this is like way too much.
Well, you don't have to put all of it. I have way too much.
Right, of
my
course.
stuff.
Right, these clippings and all of this.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I saved everything.
So I
Well-
have over 200 shows listed
Oh God.
Wow, that's amazing.
Right.
that I've done. So for those of you who are over 65, look up the Performing Arts Legacy Project
I
at
love
the
that.
Men Community Fund, and there is a place for you.
Love
There is help if you don't know how to use a computer well.
Imagine that.
There are interns to help you do that.
I
So-
love that.
Wonderful. That's
Right.
wonderful. Well, Patrick Thomas McCarthy, thank you so very much for sharing all of that with us and sharing your life's journey. Now, we're going to take a look at a clip from
Yes.
Mask, and then when we come back, we will have
Everybody.
Jericho and Patrick sitting there with Wendy, and we will talk about Mask. So let's take a look at a clip from Mask.
Okay. That is a great trailer. It
Yeah.
absolutely is. Come, everybody come close.
Please together. Our guests today are Jericho DeAngelo and Patrick Thomas McCarthy. Thank you very much. That was amazing. That was absolutely stunning.
Yeah. How did you come up with the idea for I wouldn't even know where to start, I guess is what I'm saying. Yes, you have a mask, but how did you build this video?
When I create videos, which I actually am the editor and the filmmaker of it, I'm like an artist with their palette, and I put together a bunch of images that I want to use, and I just paint.
Ah, okay.
I paint with the images to the music that I've composed.
Is there something about the music that you've composed? Okay, which came first, the chicken or the egg? The music you composed, or the visuals?
The music I composed.
So the inspiration from the music. Wow.
Now, do you use in the production? Do you use multimedia?
I use Well, I mean, it's multimedia to begin with because it's visual meets audio.
Audio, right.
With dance. So it's already multimedia. And if you use the video, I guess, in a production, then it becomes multimedia within multimedia.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
We can go on.
You could. Wow.
I think this was a fun song to both compose and to do the video of, because without giving the plot away, I mean, the name of this song, which is to be played during intermission, by the way, it's called Adam Tartar. And that's all I'm going to say.
Adam Tartar, like
Adam
steak
Tartar.
We're just going to go with it.
Yes.
I love that. That's great.
Like steak tartar.
That's great.
And
So
it's designed for audience participation.
Yeah.
oh, that's fabulous.
The whole musical is an immersive experience for the audience because
Oh my God, there's immersion also.
they're in the cabaret with us.
I love that.
No, this is brilliant. I'm so glad I'm getting you guys on now. No,
Yes,
because,
exactly.
right? Tim, can't you just see this as the next incredible thing? I'm sure you know about Sleep No More or whatever. That was one of the first intensely immersive ones. And then the other one, Down She Fell or She Fell Down. I didn't see that one. I love these though. People want to participate. You know, everything that you made me feel, even in that brief amount of time, it was sexy. It was edgy.
Yeah.
I wanted to know more. And the music, I told Jericho, it gave me an earworm because I watched it a bunch of times before we showed it, and I was like, oh yeah. What music?
Well, Patrick.
Yeah.
Well, I could have done something very dark.
Right.
And I thought to myself, you know what? No, this is the intermission and blank, blank, blank just happened, which I'm not going to say.
Right.
And during the intermission, we're going to play Adam Tartar. But instead of being this awful, scary thing, this is going to be this ecstasy that Adam Tartar, this thing that people have never a taste they've never tasted, and they're this is the thing. So I used the gospel choir sound saying, "Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah,
oh yeah."
Here we go. We're once again combining gospel. My God,
I love that. I love that.
Patrick,
absolutely.
So Patrick, where did you come up with this concept, or where did you? I mean, were you reading Poe?
And brilliant man over here. This brilliant man over here feeds me all of these concepts. I mean, he came to me.
No, Patrick,
humor and his smart,
This had been percolating since 1988.
Wow. Okay.
Started a totally different concept, sort of traditional Broadway musical with a dance chorus, and with, people dying in the street from the plague, stuff like that.
Right.
Yeah.
It's much more modern. I love this. This is like so incredible and so now.
So I said, what? And this is, if you know American Horror Story.
Of course, yeah.
There's a whole season done in a bunker.
Yes.
This isn't like that, but there's a genesis.
It's an element.
It's an element.
But were you thinking about doing an interactive piece when you came up with the bunker idea and cabaret and all of that? Were you thinking of mounting it on stage, or at what point did it morph into a brilliant piece to bring the audience into?
When I'm writing, I'm thinking, would I want to watch this?
Right.
Or would I want to be involved? And so how do I write that want to be here into the script itself?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
How do I get people wanting to stay in their seats, or during intermission, not wanting to stay in their seats?
Of course.
Let's go and dance. I saw a piece at MCC, not MCC, at MTC.
Manhattan Theater Club.
About Basquiat and and Andy Warhol. And what they did with that piece, I can't remember what it was called. They had a DJ on stage before the show.
Love it. Love it.
And people were dancing in the aisles, and they were almost disappointed that they had to sit down and watch the show.
No, but that's a good observation.
I love that.
Right.
And then at intermission, the DJ came back, and everybody was dancing again.
Right.
And then they were
Then
like,
they had to
"Oh,
sit.
we
Yeah, we want
down
to.
again."
Right.
This pesky play keeps breaking up all our phones. Well, Jericho, you had mentioned earlier, you had just kind of touched on it and breezed by the process. Can you move in just a little bit more?
Listening to board.
There we go.
Okay.
But
Okay,
a lot of people, they'll go see a production.
Yes.
And they have no clue of the process
Right. Thank you,
that's
Tim.
required to
Wow.
get this production in front of them.
Oh,
Can both of you kind of touch on that process a little bit?
Well, I mean, we're trying to condense our process into several years, which it's been about a year and a half, 2 years now since we started working together.
And they usually say 8 years,
Yeah.
8 to 10 years.
None of us
to
have that
develop.
kind of time
Yeah,
anymore. So, we got
we're
to
trying to
condense.
rush the process. We're
Right.
trying
Yes.
to condense the process, which is going well, but we don't want to skimp on the quality.
Right.
So this is going to be workshopped in the near future
Exciting.
while we're finishing it and tightening it up.
Right.
And I'll tell you, every person that goes to Spotify or goes to Apple Music
And listens
or
to
goes
it.
to YouTube
Yeah.
and comments and likes and and listens to this material is really helping us because it helps me to know what works, what doesn't work.
Right.
And that's another interesting thing about the album that we just put out, because people can go back years from now and say, they could say, this changed. This is not the same as
interesting.
Right.
Right. Exactly.
And so I think that the audience, not only in the immersion of this as just participants in the workshops and just by going to these platforms and listening or going to our website is supporting us in becoming a part of the fabric of the success of Mask as it's developing.
Right.
Well, what I was referring to as far as the process is a lot of times it starts with an idea, like you had in the 1980s.
Yes.
You had a concept of this, and then it's a matter of kind of putting it down on paper, and over time that has to change, has a habit of changing. And then the two of you run in at bar time.
Yeah.
Shakespearean.
Bar time is everything. I keep telling you that.
Our very first meeting.
I might want to add music to this. So then you have to add the music and figure out what music fits. And then you have to test run it in front of an audience. And then you've got staging. And then you've got costuming and all of these decisions that have to come together before it's actually a full production going up in front. It's a huge, long road.
Taking.
Huge.
Yes, it really is.
And all along the way, I mean, in the writing process, from our very first meeting, we had ideas about how we saw the staging, even though we're not, we're not the ones that want to direct it, but we had the vision.
You had the vision of that.
And we knew that we wanted a big screen on TV that was live feed from the world above.
Right. From the world above, right? Because they're all.
I love that.
And all these other ideas came out. We said, well, this has to be immersive. Let's feed little cups of red Jello and during intermission during Adam Tartar to the audience.
Absolutely.
And, so we've been going back and forth. Well, this works, that doesn't work. Let's do this. Let's do that.
You could do pudding with
Very
food
closely.
coloring that would be closer to coagulated blood. Just put my
Thank you. Are you a consultant?
I do everything. It's so exciting. I'm going to bring up the elephant that's in everyone's room. How the hell do you pay for this?
Well,
I have a grant writer over here.
I'm gonna let you talk about that.
Yeah.
Patrick.
What's the process? People always want to know that.
The way we funded the first look last year was a GoFundMe.
You did a GoFundMe, right?
GoFundMe campaign, which is still operational, which you can find on the website, on the first page of the website.
Good.
So we're now in the second phase of the GoFundMe, trying to finish the things that need finishing.
Right.
So that's how we did it.
Have to do it. Do we apply for a grant for the workshop too?
applying for a grant is so future
Okay.
involved. Once when I submitted to the Fresh Fruit Festival,
Yeah, of course. We all know that.
Oh, we love fresh
in
food.
the corner here. I did it a year in advance. I said, if you allow me to get a year in, I can get grant money.
Right.
If I don't have a year, I can't,
Right.
because it's all about doing all the work, then letting it sit in somebody else's lap
On their desk.
and
for
then
months.
yeah. So grant writing is not the answer to funding.
Okay. Good to
Right.
know. I love
Right.
that you shared
These
that.
days.
Right.
Unless you don't know what you're doing, you say, I'm going to create something.
Right.
Give me a grant for it. And then they say, well, on your past work, we'll give you money because we know you're good for it.
Right.
Basically.
Right.
But if you need specific money at a specific time to pay specific bills,
Ain't gonna happen.
you
Do
have
a
to do
GoFundMe.
it yourself.
Yeah, do it yourself.
Right.
Or get an angel.
Right. That's
Where
Yeah.
are
right.
the angels?
Exactly. Always open for an angel.
I let Patrick handle the money. The guy that was homeless twice is not going to give me tips about how to get funding.
So now, if people want to donate, can they go to your website?
They can go to the GoFundMe page.
Okay. Well, can they find that? Because we
On
have
the first page of the website.
okay, which your website, correct me if I'm wrong, is below, which is mask, and that's the French spelling, MASQUE
UE.
dash musical dash revel.com.
Correct.
Cool. Tim, we have a lot of comments.
We do. We've
I
got
love
a
that. Yeah.
in.
I love that. I love when people tune in.
Our friend Suze Genero, she's a designer, a fashion designer in Massachusetts, says, hello, dolls.
Hello.
Nicole
Eisenschmidt.
right?
I have to wear this?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, she is my cousin.
Oh my
And she
God.
says she's here for Jericho.
We
Can't
have
wait.
family that tuned in.
Oh, wait, I'm going to put one on too.
Yes,
Why
you
not?
put-
Yeah.
Benji Bradshaw, a good friend of ours who's an amazing.
Oh, no, what am I
Oh my
saying?
God, Benji was up for Best Vocalist at the Glam
Yes.
Awards and an amazing talent.
Yes.
Love you too. Love you back, Benji.
Wait, Nicole is my aunt.
Oh,
Uh-huh.
this is important
Well, I have a
stuff.
I have a
I figured
huge,
Jericho's got a
huge.
Great.
Tony
Yeah,
Tony
I'll
B
talk
says,
to you
I
later.
love Jericho. He is so talented.
Okay.
And
I just Schmidt 5095 checking in from upstate New York, Jericho. Thank you. And our wonderful friend Rose Trentman. I am enjoying the show. Rose is amazing. Eisenschmidt again. Can't wait to hear some of the music. We need samples. Well, go to YouTube.
Yes.
It's on YouTube, right? Yeah, go to
Spotify,
yeah.
Apple Music, and all major platforms.
And
You
Sophia,
can
Sophia,
go to the website
Sophia, and
and
Sophia.
it's all on there.
So- Okay, Sophia Franco says, Team Jericho here.
Yes.
Oh, well, Sophia DeFranco is my life partner for the last 21 years.
Oh my
Ah,
God.
okay.
My family and friends tuned in.
better be
Tony B says, Jericho does it all. Sings, composes.
Aww.
I love seeing this kind of support too. Oh, and our
Yes.
wonderful friend in San Diego, John Chicken.
We love John.
Happy belated birthday, Wendy. Love you both, Tim and Wendy.
Love you
Loving
too.
this show. Those serendipity moments of creativity are the best. Bring show to California. I'll be there. He's an amazing pastor there and an amazing human being. And Jeremy's an animal person. John has pugs. He's a pug, senior pugs. He adopts senior pugs.
I am an animal rights activist,
Yes.
and dogs.
Wait, no,
I
there wasn't
love.
even any time to even get to that.
And
but-
Dancers Over 40 says, here to support Patrick McCarthy, my Dancers Over 40 board member. We are happy to support Mask when it premiered last
Yes.
year.
And we love Dancers Over
already.
40.
We love
And
Dancers
they
Over
have
40.
already, by the way, in many ways.
And Katie Conver says, and who pushed you to move to New York City?
Thank
Me.
you, Katie. Yes, big shout out to Katie. Okay.
Love that.
And Katie also said Patrick was fabulous as Ruth.
That's Ruth.
Well, we just only heard about it today. And this is Lola.
Lolo.
Lola,
Yes.
Lola Star.
Lola
Nova. Lola A. Nova.
Lola
says,
Nova.
I was at the reading of Mask. The music is fabulous. The actors were great. I'd love to see the finished play. Super
Yes.
fabulous.
Oh, Lola.
Yes,
Lola's a good
Lola.
friend.
right?
Uh-huh. And Eisenschmidt says, Nick and I are proud of you.
Oh,
Aw.
the support y'all got on this
Well,
show
if your
today.
friends and family
Absolutely.
will support you, who's going to?
But you know what? At a certain age, you don't have family a lot of the time, right? And
Yeah.
you have to really count on your chosen family.
Your chosen family, absolutely.
Yeah, which are amazing support. And surround yourself with people that are in the arts. We all do. You know, it's like I like to preach to the converted. What can I say? You know, my friends are largely in the arts, or they appreciate the arts.
Now, what is the next step for
Yes.
Mask? What is happening next?
We have submitted Mask to a special presentation group, and
Mhm.
we will know in April whether we are one of the semi-finalists.
Wow.
Good.
Wow.
So that's a lot of work
It
that's
is.
happening
Yes.
right now.
Yes, wonderful. Well, until then, everybody just go to Mask, MASQUE musical-revel.com and they will keep you informed as to everything that's going on about the show Mask. And we are absolutely thrilled. I cannot wait to see.
I know. You have us completely jazzed. You will keep us in the loop.
And I can't wait for the
Incredible at doing that. You know, he may be the guy that knows how to do the money, but you are really like, I'm sorry, but answers every email. That is a biggie nowadays.
Such a high
and I have to tell you, you sold me on this show. You had me at Adam Tartar.
Definitely. Yep, Adam Tartar for everybody.
Well, you had me at Shakira.
I know. I didn't know that about him.
Oh my goodness!
Thank you for everybody tuning in today. This was a totally great show.
And Jerico DeAngelo and Patrick Thomas McCarthy, thank you so very much for coming on and sharing.
And make sure you watch our web.
Thank you
our
so much for
sites.
having us.
Absolutely. Make sure you follow us on Facebook so that you know when these things get put up, you want to be able to go to them if you're in New York or even if you're flying in from somewhere else. And I agree with my friend John. Once you get it rocking and rolling, let's bring it to California.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. There you go.
We'll be there.
We'll be there. Bye-bye, everybody.
Thank you.
Bye.